But yeah, so Mr. Futsal.
Yeah, who is he? Who is this Mr. Futsal?
Not a clue. So a couple of people have asked me. I've not a clue. Someone asked if it was you. Two things. One, you're not great at spelling.
I won't even know how to set an account up. Someone set this one up for me on Twitter.
So, no, joking. But one, this person is obviously in the know because they know quite a lot. I've seen stuff about Carl Bruners. If I said Carl, you don't even know who he is. If I said Trent, you'd go, yeah, you know who Trent is, but you don't really know the names, do you? And yeah, there's too much information. You don't involve yourself too much in it. You don't watch too much on YouTube or follow Twitter, do you? So you'll put the odd comment.
I see bits and bobs, but I don't follow it fully.
So it's definitely someone in the know. I just can't.
What are we going for? Are we guessing?
I've got an name in my head, but I'm not going to say it in case it ruins it. But I can only think it's someone that has been told they can't say something that they maybe have previously on their own account, so they've had to set something up. The picture makes it look like I think it's Cambridge, but I don't think it's Iffy. I don't think it's Chris Orton because I think he just say it. Like he's all over Twitter every day. So I don't know if someone's deliberately done that. I might be wrong, but it looks like a Cambridge flag. It might even be Chris. I don't know, waving it. But I might have an idea. But they said there was missing the episode, didn't they, with the Mr. Bean gift?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a fan of ours. So I've got a name in my head, but I'll maybe let people.
Well, if he wants to just text us privately, maybe come in on the show, we can doctor your voice a little bit, so no one will know who you are.
We'll get you.
Or if you want anything you want us to, any topics you want us to talk about.
Get a junior mask. Put a junior mask on.
So you've been busy doing interviews, haven't you? With the just moving on a little bit, interviewing new teams for the NFL next year.
Yeah, I can't think how many teams. I think 27 applicants for the National Futsal League for next season. Speaking to a lot of teams, I think they've just liked the way futsal's moved on a bit of the last year or so, and I think a lot of people are doing work in various areas, and I think it's starting to all come to light, which the benefits of moving into the adult game as well. So we're getting a lot of youth setups applying from 16s turning into 18s. I think obviously you're seeing a lot of success of that with the likes of York bringing their players through, Bolton bringing their players through. So I think a lot of these teams are starting to look at can they get a team in the National League and start to bring these players through. So it's hopefully, like I said, I think there might be 27 applicants. If I'm being realistic, I'd be lucky if I could get probably six or seven to sign up officially. It's a lot of money, it's commitment, it's the travel, as we've said.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's looking promising. We're just coming towards the end of this season, so I've just been nailing the finals down. Obviously, we've worked with the NFS to try and get our finals at St George's Park. Chris has been brilliant with that. I think that shows a real togetherness, and people will be able to come to the full day and watch out the lowest level of adult futsal to the top level. So it'll be a good day. Obviously, I'll be there early setting up. I don't think I'm banned from St George's Park, so I will be in attendance.
What is it? Just playoffs and cup finals?
So, well, that's the national playoffs for promotion to Tier 2, and we've got a lot lower ranking competition just below that. Cup finals will be based at Bedford or Leicester, depending on region you're in. So I've just tried to go for central, neutral venues that were available. There was other venues available, but on recommendation, there was the two. So there's a lot going on at the minute. We're just coming towards the end of the season. It's been a tough season, I think. Some clubs talk a lot but don't deliver a lot. I think others want to do more but they can't do more. You've got players, teams of different abilities, teams that are nowhere near any other clubs. So it's been a tough season, but hopefully next season, following season, it obviously all kicks on and we've got some kind of model which everyone's used to and happy with. But yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, it's on the up, mate. And that, even with like Brazil coming across. That's all going on at the minute, isn't it? Brazil have come across.
Yeah, I've seen bits. I think we looked at going. It's just probably, I don't know. I was booked in for tomorrow, which is probably the better day to attend. I'm not sure if it's happening this All-Star game. I've seen bits. I don't know if
it got cancelled.
I don't know if someone's put a stop to it. I heard Helvetia are playing them, but if it got, I don't know why. Got stopped for the All-Stars playing them, how Helvetia can, because surely the same sanctions would be in place and Helvetia in the playoffs. I'm not in the know. I don't listen. I see a lot what Rob Brassett puts on and stuff like that. But
well, it'd be nice, if anyone from England can confirm why it's not on. It'd be nice, because I don't think some people might know in the know, but we haven't got a clue why if it has been cancelled. So
they might all be playing tomorrow. I don't know. When we saw the squad announced, there was some big names on there, weren't they? I think Cookie was involved.
Yeah.
Things like that. So
it would be nice to know why it did get cancelled, but there's obviously reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird if Helvetia are playing them, unless they're just
unless they're not bothered about the sanctions. But I'm sure. I don't know. Might be wrong. Might be just pretty rumour. We'll soon see.
Yeah, but England futsal as well of doing 3. They've got 3 podcasts talking to all
Zooms. The Zooms.
3 Zoom calls talking to all the stakeholders. So it'll be interesting to see what yourself and Chris from the NFS have got to say, and how they can how your impacts, what you're doing can impact this England futsal camps.
Yeah, well, I think, well, I don't. Chris might be involved. I'm definitely not involved. I just saw it on Twitter. I'm not.
Have they got you involved?
No, obviously we are. Right. Obviously, the NFL is a stakeholder, but and obviously the way Chris and I have done together, I think, has been brilliant. I think only a couple of clubs that were unhappy with it, really. I think because they was open to just apply for tier 2 and skip tier 3 and stuff like that. But for us, it was can we get that pyramid back where promotion and relegation got to meet certain criteria, just like in football. But no, I don't know if I had any contact. No, the only contact I've had with England futsal, I believe, was I think there was a statement put out regarding players being selected for the under-19s, and the statement was along the lines of, we've looked at all players from tier 1 and tier 2, but we was asked at tier 3 to nominate players to put forward.
All right.
So all the tier 3 teams put the players forward, or the ones that could be bothered, or the ones that had eligible players, put players forward. And then that statement come out to say that they hadn't even looked at them. That's how it was perceived. So obviously I sent an email. They apologised. They didn't understand the situation and things like that. And the other thing I did say is, I will defend you because I know tier 3 players were looked at, because one of ours, Keno, we had a long detailed chat about Keno. He was only playing tier 3 at the time. He's moved up since, because he basically, Sean gave us some feedback on Keno, where he needs to be at, what he needs to do, what they're looking to see. We pushed him into tier 2 and told him about this, and he's gone from strength to strength, to be fair. Yeah. So I know they did look at tier 3 players, because I received a phone call about it. But that statement, so I think that's the only contact I've had. But yeah, Chris and I, we speak maybe once a week at least regarding various different things. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Me being a neutral, I'm probably allowed to say it, but it'd be absolutely crazy if they didn't get definitely Chris involved, but they need you involved as well, because if they're not involving you two provide the league structures for these players to play in, to provide the England squad with players.
Yeah.
So I think just
I suppose if you look at England
football,
football, like you say, they probably do definitely need the Premier League, the England futsal, the England football generally don't look at Championship, lower league clubs, but they do have a role within that. But I think the England futsal brand, I think it did say about it's from participation to elite. So, yeah, obviously we're working hard to increase that participation, get players through Tier 3, move them into Tier 2. Tier 1 clubs, getting players from Tier 3.
You know, if they're not in contact with you never know. Someone might have an absolute a worldy player who's just playing with his mates at local level, or but could make the jump up.
Well, I'm sure that
if they looked at him,
I'm sure that they'd be found, and I think the England futsal, what this is probably the back. I don't think it's necessarily the coaches that do this, but I'm sure the coaches would be in the know. Like I've just seen one from Mavericks. I think it's Kyle Cutler scored 5 goals against someone. So we'll see stuff on social media to identify these players. But yeah, there's no.
But to me, it's just
for me as a stakeholder, I want to know. I want to know what they want from our league in terms of to help them. What can we do to help them?
Well, they need to talk to you because they need to organise when games are.
Yeah.
How much rest they need, blah blah, and just even communicate like that. So it's a bit crazy that you're not. Well, they might do it. You might just get a late invite to the party now, but I can't see. I found it a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll become apparent what the England futsal sort of that branding is. Because I was under the impression it was just the England teams, but that was my initial thing. Maybe it is just that, and they don't really need.
Well, maybe if they're talking to stakeholders, then.
But yeah, when I last spoke to Chris, well, it wasn't the last time I spoke to him since, but I spoke to him. I don't think they'd been in touch with him. But no, it's not that I'm expecting a call. Or just, you know what I mean? It's or an email. But yeah,
you just need to be in the know, don't you? Really, just.
I've got enough on my plate.
I know. Yeah,
I know. It's not a concern for me, but yeah, maybe from an outsider, maybe I do need to be. I don't know. But like I said, the interviews, I think I'm probably halfway through them.
Yeah.
The 60 period. So,
Did you get Crouch Potatoes?
Where's that come from? Why have you brought them up?
Interview. Because we have to do teams.
So
did they apply?
So before they made the comment where you retaliated to it, they did apply for the national futsal.
Oh, skipped it.
I think there was in it before. I think there was in it before. Obviously, I'm quite new to futsal, so a lot of these teams I'm not. So I'm guessing that's why they're still called Skipton Futsal, playing 6-a-side on a 3G. So I'm guessing that's why. But yeah, the cat. What? I'm just saying. You wouldn't start a 6-a-side team on 3G, would you, and call it a futsal club? So I'm guessing it's because there was previously a futsal club and they've just kept the name. So, but no, I think their thoughts of joining the National League was quickly. I think when they did lose to Crouch Potatoes and they had to get. Why are you laughing? I'm talking here. Shut up.
There must have been.
Right. When they did lose, I think they had to get a lot of ex players in, and I think that's just not sustainable to play National League going up to Sunderland like we had to on a Sunday morning when the clocks go forward. It's it's not for them. So I think they just emailed me saying we can't get the commitment. So I think that'd be the biggest problem. Before you take the mic, I think that'd be the biggest problem with most teams getting. It's like we said before, you either play local league or you travel the country, and it's a big jump. So it's if you really want to do it.
That's it, man. It's not for everyone, is it?
No.
But yeah, I think that's about what's done, isn't it? So hopefully they'll be back every week now, won't we? Maybe.
Yeah. Should be. We're training back next week, so we've got some. We've got a lot of work we need to be doing.
Yeah.
That way, but yeah. Anything else? While because the people have been desperate for more Lorty. So
I don't think we've got out, have we? I think we've done our weekly roundup of Couch Potatoes and Junior.
Yeah. The only other thing I'd say is we did get a couple of messages on topics to bring up, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We haven't done them yet, But if anyone wants to DM us, we'll obviously happily give our honest opinion on anything.
Yeah, if you want any topics discussing or people want to.
I think some people have got some things to say, but they maybe don't want to vent it. So, if anyone wants to,
we'll gladly raise it, won't
we? Yeah. I'll tell you what I will say. Our good friend Rob Smith, his lad.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant that, wasn't it?
He looks, the future looks bright with it. We just need to buy him an house and get him over to Hull. Nick him off Bolton somehow. We need to get to Tier 1.
Tier 1, yeah.
No, on a serious note though, he looks a serious talent. You want to see this goal, would you? The top park, have you?
Seen it
on Twitter. I think that's everything. It's I think it's good. Even with like Jed, it's really good to see kids 10, 16 and be able to produce that. I think Jed hit the ground running, didn't he? Obviously, I don't think he's maybe hit the same heights as when he first hit the scene, which I don't think you can know at 16-year-olds. But I think if Conwy can carry on with the way he's been going over that last game and some of the touches and just the little cameos, if you just watch his highlights, if he can progress and get in this England under-19s team, which I'm sure he will, and they play regularly enough, I think we're looking at someone that could be going to play their trade abroad. I think that's how good he looks. I definitely wouldn't want to be marking him. I definitely want to be marking him. So yeah.
You never know, mate. He might move across to Hull. You never know.
Yeah, we just need to get Rob a big recording contract. Maybe we could get him doing all these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Get him moved in.
Yeah. Get Cookie in as well.
Oh, Cookie's not watching.
No, Cookie can come with him. He can take your job, mate.
Yeah,
you
could out.
Yeah, you could go out. You can go go manage Crouch Potatoes.
Oh yeah, if they're after the manager.
We all spud head. So yeah. But yeah, so a big shout out to Conwy and obviously well done, massive well done to Bolton and obviously especially Mick, who's obviously put faith in these young lads for a lot of years and been expecting these type of heights to come through. I think Mick was across. I asked Rob to ask him a few questions about some certain things. I'd like to catch up with Mick because I think there's some stuff he did in the early days, which I was watching. Futsal Independent. Not yet.
2 minutes.
No worries. I was. So I was hoping to catch up with Mick on a couple of things. I was listening to the Futsal Independent. You won't know what that is, will you? But it's like a podcast. Carl did. He does the photos for the NFS.
No.
He did them years ago, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. So I first listened to him during lockdown while I was painting walls. Not saying it was just slightly better than paint drying, but but I found it and I listened to him and I've just started again. There's one with Mick on there talking about some stuff on there, and I'd be interested to see how that sort of panned out for Mick and what was his stumbling block. So I won't say too much because it's early days, but I've got an idea. So
yeah.
I'd like to catch up with Mick, but obviously congratulate him on Conwy coming through, and massive well done to Rob as well for obviously.
Yeah, and West News, they've got more coming through Bolton, haven't they? They've got another. Yeah. Well, we've seen that 16s team, and it's decent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not great news for us when we're trying to compete against them, but good news for futsal. There's some players coming through now. They've got some players.
Yeah, it's great news for futsal. I don't obviously Bolton's probably a step above where we want to be next. I think our next target is probably York's level, and just that bottom level in the north. Obviously Derby. So we need to match what we did against Derby. Sure, we're at a similar level to that one, just a one-off, and then move up to York. But we can only do that with the venue, which is our biggest stumbling block. But our mates at York Sport Arena should be sorting us out.
Get in, yeah. See if we can get a couple of new players, some young under 19 players maybe in the local area. Don't know. Is there a couple around here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe a couple could be tempted. We'll see in close season. You never know. But yeah, mate, that's us done. Another long one.
Yeah, so
But hopefully we'll get back to normal next week.
yeah, league duties then now. Yeah,
reffing tonight.
You're reffing. I'm coaching. So
Get
we've got
abuse.
it's half term. So we've got 4 teams coming. All our teams. We've got 2 lower ability groups playing down here against some of our top players from the year below. So should be a similar match. Little half term games. You're reffing, and then we'll focus on Sunday's game and get some editing done finally.
Game on.
Brilliant.